So it finally happened. We got a new update, finally. And to just jump right into it, I'm just gonna show you how to use the new items. So in my pockets here, I have all of the new boba items. I have all of the new handheld items, and I have the new frozen treats, the popsicles. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you how to use them real quick on your island. Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Hope you got a little laugh out of that intro at least. Yes, I did toss those, but don't worry. I have all the items right here back in my pocket, so no worries at all. So today's video, I really just want to talk about all these new items. I know there's some more, there's some Halloween items and stuff like that, but to be honest, if you know me, if you've been around the channel for a while, then you probably know that I really wouldn't use those kind of items. I don't really change my island for the different seasons, stuff like that. I'm working on this summer city island, and I have been for 6 months, which is ridiculous that I still haven't finished it. But in today's video, I just want to go ahead and really talk about the update, the new items, what I feel about them. And yeah, I know it's been a long time since I have done an Animal Crossing video. It's actually been over a month now, and I definitely know that y'all have noticed that it's been a while since I've done some Animal Crossing videos, and I've kind of switched over to doing more Genshin Impact content. But in one of the last videos I did for Animal Crossing, I did say if an update came, I would cover it and I would start playing again. And it's not 2.0, who knows if that's ever really coming. We're on 1.11 now, but here we are, and I just do want to talk about these new items because I do have to say I logged into the game after a month just to see the items, and I was pleasantly surprised. So I'm going to give you my first impressions and then also talk about some of the updates that I still want to see happen that will really get me back into playing this game. But before I get into all of that, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. It really does just go a long way in helping out the growth of this channel, especially since the growth has been a little non-existent because I've switched over to doing a lot more Genshin content. But I will still be covering some Animal Crossing New Horizons stuff as it happens, and hopefully I will be finishing this island sooner than later, and I will have a DA for all of you hopefully soon. I'm actually working on my island slowly but surely over on Twitch, twitch.tv/RichardOriginal. I've decided to do the first hour of all of my streams will be working and focusing on Animal Crossing, and hopefully finishing this island soon for you all before I switch over to doing some Genshin streaming and Genshin content. But enough of that, let's just go ahead and get into the first impressions that I have of this new update. And so I have to say, at first I was pretty skeptical because all I saw were just a few items, right? I know we have the frozen treats, we have the boba, and then we have some other handheld items, which I think are really cool. I know there's the eggplant and the cucumber item, as well as a couple new food items. So I just grabbed the new items, and so I'm just gonna go ahead and set the mooncakes down, which I do feel like is a really cool item. And I won't lie, some of these new items do look really cool. I mean, let's be honest, those look really good. So I won't lie, the first time I saw the 1.11 update teased, I was pretty underwhelmed, to say the least, because all I saw was that we got 8 new items overall, but then I saw the items in game. My friends kind of convinced me to turn on the game and see the new items for myself, and I won't lie, the boba items really got to me, especially the matcha green tea one here. And I have to say, the really cool thing about specifically these boba items is that they are interactable. Same with the popsicle item, and what I mean by that is if you actually hit A, you can actually take a drink of the boba, and if you look at the top left there, it does actually give you energy. And if I go ahead and just grab the frozen treat here, it's the same thing. I can take bites out of the frozen treat, and it's gonna add to my stamina and energy up at the top there. And as little of a detail that is, I have to say, that's actually a really good detail. And if you've been around here for a while, you know I really do care about the details. And then also I have to say, the handheld lanterns I think are so cool. I love this one personally. There's a couple different variations for sure, but that last one definitely had to be my favorite. Yeah, I gotta say I really do love this one the most, and it's definitely because it reminds me of one of my favorite Genshin Impact characters right now. And I have been seeing some people on Instagram do some really cool things with these lanterns, especially at night. I haven't seen them used at night myself. I know you can actually place them down, and when they're placed down, you can actually interact with them and turn the lights on and off, which that has to look really good at nighttime for sure. So I gotta say, initial first impressions with these items, super cute, love the design of them, love that they're interactable. I feel like this is definitely progress on Nintendo's end, giving us more interactable type things. Do I want more? Of course. I mean, like, who doesn't really, right? And so I'm gonna go ahead and shift tone a little bit and not just sing the praises of these items in this update. Those are the pros for sure. I love the items. They're designed really well for the most part. But that's the key words there, is that most part. And so one of the things that frustrates me the most out of this update is definitely some of the lack of the items for sure. Like, I just want New Horizons to really choose what they're going to be for a game. This doesn't really necessarily feel like a life simulator game. It feels more like a decoration game. And so if Nintendo is just really going to give us items for updates, please just feed us more items. I really don't want to get into too much discourse between Animal Crossing New Horizons and Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, because I know there are gacha implications there and it's a different team, whatnot. But I do have to say, Pocket Camp knows that what it's going to do for updates is give people new items. And if that's all we're getting in New Horizons in terms of new content is just new items, please just give us more new items. That's all I can ask for if that's the direction they want to go with this. Now, another thing I have to say is about the details. And so I'm just going to go ahead and remove this lunchbox here. And we have those moon pies that are definitely designed really well. I really like that. I'm going to actually remove the boba from my hands, and I'm going to go ahead and sit it down next to the moon cakes here, because you can place these items. And I mean, look at this. Teeny tiny boba drink here. And what's actually upsetting is how much space it takes up. Because it's a handheld item, this takes up so much space. So let me just go ahead, for scale, put one down next to this lantern, right? I'm gonna just place it here. And look how far away it is from the lantern. Now I can go ahead and like try to push it over, but nope, both that lantern and the boba, since they are handheld items, are just going to be sitting there in the middle of the square. And even if I put, let's say, that lunchbox next to it that I just picked up, right? Let's go ahead and place that down. Look at how much space is just sitting in between the boba and the lunchbox, and I can't put them any closer together. And look how giant and enormous those rice balls look comparatively to the boba drink there. And I know what you might be thinking, oh, it's just the boba because it's scaled to be a handheld item and we wouldn't want it to be a giant boba in our hands. Well, unless you're me, who is giant, and I do love a large size boba drink. But why couldn't it just be that the boba drink, when you actually put it down as an item and placed it as like furniture essentially, why wouldn't they make the scale of it placed down just a little bit bigger and more scaled to the other items in this game? The first time I saw these items, I was like, oh my gosh, we have to make like a boba shop, right? But then I saw the items placed down. I'm like, they're just miniature. And I really dislike that, specifically because this is a design game. So why does it feel like some of the items are just designed kind of poorly? But I will say, when it is in your hand, it is a really great item. I love that you can interact with it, and I love all the different variations that they gave to us. And talking about like the design of these items, I have to say it really reminds me of a rant that I went on stream one time. If you were there, you probably remember, but there's one item in particular that I love to hate, and that's the freezer item, because they're big and bulky, but they take up an awkward amount of space and they don't actually align and flush with each other or any other items really well at all. And what I mean by that is, let me go ahead and set down a wooden bookshelf, which pretty much lines up with a ton of other items in this game, and that's how we're able to make like fake buildings and stuff like that. Like, you can't even push that up against each other. There's just a tiny awkward amount of space in between. And I just really don't like that. It feels small, but when you're actually building something, it does make me a little upset. And it's just small details like this that upset me about a design-based game. I just want better designed items for what is a design-oriented game. And so really, to wrap up this video, the 1.11 update is pretty much what I expected. I know there's all this speculation about a big 2.0 update and stuff like that, but as someone who has been playing this game pretty much since launch, and as someone who has logged in well over 1,000 some plus hours on this doesn't really excite me to really pick up the game and play the way I used to play. And so I'm curious, do you feel similar, or are you still playing this game actively every single day for hours upon hours on end? Because I won't lie, sometimes I log into the game, I take a run around my island, I'm like, yep, that's enough. I'm out of here. So let me know in the comments down below how often you're actually playing this game still. I want to fall back in love with this game so badly. Please, Nintendo, just give us some quality of life updates. That's all I can really ask for at this point. And that's all it would really take, I think, for me to really get back and immersed in this game. So thanks so much for watching. I do plan to make more Animal Crossing videos. I really just needed a good break from it. So as another quick reminder, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does just go a long way in helping out the growth of this channel. And huge shout out, as always, to my channel members. It's because of you and your continued support that I can continue to create content like this on this channel. If you want to support the channel directly and see more potential Animal Crossing videos like this, just hit that join button next to the subscribe. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next one.